Hello, today we're talking about Tenet, a movie which upon initially watching it, really liked. I was like, oh my god, this is fantastic. And then I rewatched it, and then I was like, man, this movie is really not that good. So not to say it's a bad movie. I think the people with Tenet were a bit too harsh on it. They had a lot of criticism that it's too complex and you don't understand it well enough, and the whole plot is too complex, which I didn't think was a fair criticism because I feel like all of Christopher Nolan's movies fall under the same too complex plot line. And but regardless, that's not my biggest complaint with the movie. I think the biggest complaint with the movie is it just doesn't feel that interesting to me. I think the end reveal is pretty good. I think Robert Pattinson's character is very fun. I also think he is the best actor in the movie. So everything about Robert Pattinson, his character, his performance, I absolutely love. I think for me it carries the movie at least. I do agree with some part, like okay, the movie does get I think what I disagree with is the complexity is not a unique criticism to this movie. It's a criticism to every Nolan movie. But people like to shit on this movie's complex plot points a lot more. And I'm not going to disagree with them, honestly. Like, yeah, the movie does get pretty heavy on the, oh, you're not really understanding what's going on. And it gets to a point where it kind of bombards your enjoyment of the film. Like there are points when you're watching something and you're like, I am so not invested into this because I don't even know what's happening half the time. And you're like supposed to feel like it's really smart, but it just feels almost taxing to watch, if I'm being honest. And also it doesn't help that this comes after Christopher Nolan has done so many movies kind of playing with time again and again. And I said in my previous review, Inception is, I feel like, the peak of mixing time and the concept of time in filmmaking. I think Inception does it really well, although that's not exactly time in a sense, it's dreams. But yeah, I think with Interstellar, I have the same criticism of it gets so complex that it kind of ruins the enjoyment of the film. I do have to watch Interstellar or rewatch Interstellar. I have not watched it in many years now. Holy shit. Yeah, but Tenet was just not that good. Even the performances, I think that's another thing. Like the plot can be complex, sure, but then you got to be really invested into the characters, and you will be invested into the characters if you have actors who make you invested. And for me, that was just Robert Pattinson. I didn't really care about John David Washington at all, unfortunately. Even though he is the protagonist, I think Robert's character was just way more entertaining. I thought his character is a bit sad if you've seen the ending. The visually the film looks great, but that does not carry this into a good film. If I had to give it a rating, I would give it like a 3. It's pretty decent. It's worth a watch. So 3 is worth a watch, but I wouldn't necessarily say I would recommend this movie. I mean, there's better Nolan movies out there, and this is just not hitting the mark. It's not hitting the standard of what has been set already, and I think that's my biggest problem. But yeah, that's what I think about that. That's what I think about Tenet. What do you guys think? Don't forget to let me know. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye.